Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. So, today we will read your last chapter of English book, and it's your 17th chapter, and the name of the chapter is The Gifts of Walidat. So, what would you do if you unexpectedly get a lot of wealth? What would you do then? Will you buy all that you want and lead a luxurious life? Most people would do that, but not Walidat, the grass cutter. So, this story is about a person who is a grass cutter, and the name of that person is Walidat, and he got so much wealth by luck, but he refused to take that, and he, you can say, preferred to live a simple life instead of taking those kind of comforts. So let us start reading. Actually, it's a kind of play, so there are different kind of narrator. The character of narrator is there, then Walidad is there, and then there would be a queen and king. So we will read one by one. So narrator 1, what he is saying: in a mud hut far from town lived an old grass cutter named Walidat. So it's an introduction about Walidat, that he was a grass cutter and he was living in a hut made up of mud. Mud means to say mitti se bani ho jo, and he was living in a town. Narrator 4, every morning Walidat cut the bundled tall grass. Every afternoon he sold it as fodder in the marketplace. So what he was doing, what his profession, has already told you that he was a grass cutter. So he used to cut the grass, the long grass, and he used to sell that as fodder. Fodder means to say the food, you can say, as we know, cows, horses all eat grass. So fodder is their food, grass which they eat. Then narrator 2, each day he earned 30 paise. 10 of the small coins went for food, 10 went for clothes and other needs, and 10 he saved in a clay pot under his bed. So each day he earned 30 paise, out of which 10 he spent for eating, 10 for clothes and other things, and 10 he saved daily. 10 coins he saved daily in a clay pot, and as you can see from this picture also, he was having a clay pot. Backside to him there was a cot or his bed, so he keep this clay pot under this bed. Narrator 3, in this manner Walidat lived happily for many years. So he was living happily from so many years in this way. Then narrator 1, one evening Walidat dragged out the pot to see how much money it held. He was amazed to find that his coins had filled it to the brim. Brim means to say pura upar tak bhar jana. So one evening what he saw, that now his pot is completely filled with the coins. It is filled up to brim. Brim means to say top covering, okay, top edge of the cup or bowl or glass. So Walidat, now he is talking to himself. He is saying, what I am to do with this money, with all this money? I need nothing more than I have. So he is saying that what I can do with this money, I need nothing, I am having everything, so I don't need this money. Narrator 4, Walidat thought and thought. At last he had an idea. So he was thinking like this again and again. Then he had an idea. Now what was that idea? So narrator 2 is telling that the next day Walidat loaded the money into a sack and carried it to a jeweler in the marketplace. He exchanged all his coins for a lovely gold bracelet. So what he did after that, he went to a, you can say, he put all his coin into a sack. Sack means to say bori, something, bag you can call. So he put all his coin into a bag and he went to a marketplace and he sold all his coins, and in place of that he purchased a gold bracelet. So bracelet, you know, a piece of jewelry worn around the wrist or the arm. So he brought a bracelet from those coins. So narrator 3, then Walidat visited the home of a traveling merchant. So after that what he did, he go to a merchant, traveling merchant. That merchant was he was used to travel around, and he knew the people around. So he went to him. And then Walidat, tell me in all the world who is the noblest lady. So Walidat asked from that merchant that you are a traveling merchant, you travel all around, so you must know that who is the noblest lady. Noblest lady means to say the best lady in this world. Tell me the name of that lady. So then now merchant is saying, without doubt, it is the young queen of Khaistan. I often visit her palace, just 3 days journey to the east. So that merchant said that I know that who is the noblest lady in this world. The name of that lady is, she is a queen actually, and queen of Khaistan. Khaistan is the name of place, so she is the queen of that country. एंड आई ऑफन विजिट हर, मैं उसके पास हमेशा जाता रहता हूँ आमतौर पे. एंड इट्स अ जर्नी ऑफ जस्ट 3 days टू द ईस्ट. ईस्ट में अगर चलो ईस्ट डायरेक्शन में सिर्फ 3 days लगते हैं वहाँ पे पहुँचने में. देन वलीदात, डू मी अ काइंडनेस, द नेक्स्ट टाइम यू पास दैट वे गिव हर दिस लिटिल ब्रेसलेट with my compliments. Compliments means to say words of praises and admiration. So he said, give this bracelet to that lady whenever you go there. So narrator 1, the merchant was astonished, but he agreed to do that what the ragged grass cutter asked. Ragged means to say the person who was wearing torn clothes and old and wearing and torn clothes. So merchant, firstly he was surprised to see that how this person is having this much bracelet of gold and he is offering this bracelet to the queen. So then he decided, yes, I will take. So soon after the merchant found himself at the palace of the queen of Khaistan, he presented the bracelet to her as a gift from Walidat. So then he went to the queen and that merchant. So he presented that bracelet to the queen, and he said that a person whose name is Walidat has sent this bracelet for you. So queen, now admiring the bracelet, how lovely, your friend must accept a gift in return. My servants will load a camel with the finest silks. So now she was very pleased to know that somebody has sent a gift for me, and she said, your friend who has sent this gift must be a very nice person, so she also deserve a gift in return. I am sending a returning gift to him. I will send my servants, they will load a camel with the finest silks. बहुत सारी अच्छी सिल्क के क्लोथ्स उनको हम गिफ्ट में भेज रहे हैं. Then narrator 2, when the merchant arrived back home, he brought the silks to the hut of Walidat. So merchant now came back to Walidat's hut along with that gift that queen has sent for Walidat. Walidat, oh no, this is worse than before. What I am to do with this such finery? Finery means to say colorful clothes, and you can say bright colorful clothes of, you can say, high cost, you can say. So yes, now Walidat was worried that earlier I was thinking कि what I have to do with these coins. Now if I have solved that problem, अब मुझे और एक प्रॉब्लम खड़ी कर दी है कि मुझे ये कपड़े ला के दे दिए, इनका मैं क्या करूँगा. Now merchant is saying, perhaps you could give it to someone else. Perhaps means to say maybe. So just a suggestion कि तुम किसी और को दे दो. So Walidat thought for a moment. He thought for a moment and tell me, in all the world, who is the noblest man? So Walidat is asking कि tell me now who is the noblest man in this world. फिर again merchant said, this is simple, that is simple, it is the young king of Nekabad. His palace too I often visit, just 3 days journey to the west. Now again merchant said, if you want, if you are asking for the best person or best man, then he was the king of Nekabad, and I often used to visit his kingdom, and his kingdom is to the west side, so I will go there and I will give it to him. So Walidat asked from him actually, then do me another kindness. On your next trip there, give him these silks with my compliments. So Walidat asked from him. So yes, then what happened? Walidat again asked from the merchant that give me another kindness on your trip, next trip there, give this silks to him and give my compliments. So narrator 1, the merchant was amused but agreed. Amused again means to say he was wondering, he was surprised, and but he agreed, yes, I will give your gift to king of Nekabad. Then on his next journey, he presented the silks to the king of Nekabad. King. Now king was very surprised also. A splendid gift. In return, your friend must have 12 of my finest horses. So again, king was also very happy to receive that gift, and he also said, your friend is very good who has sent a gift for me. I am again sending a back gift to him, and I am sending my 12 finest horses. बहुत अच्छे वाले घोड़े जो मेरे हैं, 12 I am sending for you, for him. So the merchant brought the king's horses to Walidat, and then Walidat This grows worse and worse. What could I do with these 12 horses? Think for a moment. I know who should have such a gift. I beg you, keep 2 horses for yourself and take the rest of the horses to the queen of Khaistan. So again Validat was very much surprised. He said, I was, you can say, in a bad condition. It's very worse to see this, that I was getting, you can say, getting rid of those coins, and again this horses have been sent to me. So what can I do with these horses? So he said, keep 2 out of 12 with you, and rest of the 10 horses send these to the queen again. So then, narrator 3, the merchant thought this was very funny, but he consented. On his next visit to Queen's palace, he gave her the horses. So, first merchant thought that this was very funny, but he consented. He said, "Yes, okay." Consented means to say किसी चीज़ से सहमत हो जाना. So he said, "Yes, I will give these horses to the queen." Then now the queen was perplexed. Perplexed means to say in a confused state. So she whispered to her prime minister that why does this Walidat persist in sending gifts? I have never even heard of him. So minister said, why don't you discourage him? Send him a gift so rich he can never hope to match it. So queen was very much confused कि why that person is sending me gifts again and again. She asked for a suggestion from her prime minister. So prime minister said that send a gift that much bigger that he would not be able to send a gift back to you. So narrator 4. So in return, the 10 horses from Walidat, the queen sent back 20 mules loaded with silver. Mules, you can say animals whose mothers are horses and fathers are donkeys. Those kind of, you can say, mixture of donkeys and horses, that kind of animal is called mules. So queen sent 20 mules to him loaded with silvers. Then when the merchant and mules arrived back at the hut, Walidat groaned. So again, he was having very much, you can say, anxiety and anger. Okay, what is this happening? What I have done to deserve this? Friend, spare an old man. Keep 2 mules and their silvers for yourself, and take the rest to the king of Nekabad. Now again, that poor man was very much worried. He said कि मैंने ऐसा क्या कर दिया है जो इतना फिर से मेरे पास ये आ गया सब कुछ. प्लीज़ स्पेयर मी, मुझे छोड़ दो, ये इसमें से 2 अपने लिए रख लो, एंड सेंड रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स टू द किंग ऑफ नेकाबाद. Then narrator 3, the merchant was getting uneasy, but he could not refuse such a generous offer. So he not long after, he found himself presenting the silver laden mules to the king of Nekabad. So yes, again merchant agreed. Yes, because the offer was good for him also, because he said this, that keep 2 for yourself, and then he agreed, okay, rest of the things I will send to the Nekabad king again. Then narrator 1, the king too was perplexed and asked his prime minister for advice. Now king of Nekabad was also very confused that why this person Walidat has again sent me a gift, and he also take advice from his prime minister. So Minister 2, perhaps this Walidat seeks to prove himself here better. Why not send him a gift he can never surpass? So again, his minister also suggested that कि ये तो अपने आप को better prove करने पे लगा हुआ है. So send him a gift कि उससे बड़ा कोई gift उसके पास हो ही ना send करने के लिए. So narrator 4, so the king sent back 20 camels with golden anklets. With golden anklets means camels who are having golden anklets. Anklets means to say जो पायल होती है, जो पंजाबी से झांझरा कहते हैं. So that kind of ornament having in their feet camels were having, and 20 horses with golden bridle and strips. Bridle means to say leather bands put around the horses' heads used for controlling them. So strips means to say metal rings used to support horses riders' feet. So जो घोड़े पे बैठने के लिए उसके ऊपर स्ट्राइप्स होती हैं, जो जिस पे जो राइडर है अपना पैर रख के बैठता है, दैट काइंड ऑफ स्ट्राइप्स सभी गोल्ड के बने हुए. सो ही हैज सेंट दीज काइंड ऑफ गिफ्ट्स बैक टू द Walidat. 20 elephants with golden seat mounted on their back. So camels, horses, elephants, all loaded with gold. So he sent all these things for the you can say Walidat, and 20 liveried servants for the care for them all. So along with that, he sent liveried means to say wearing servants uniform, so he had sent 20 servants along with these kind of things. When the merchant guided the servant and animals to Walidad's hut, the grass cutter was beside him. So when beside himself means to say unable to control himself because of strong emotion. So when Walidad saw that these many things has been sent by the king of Niqaba to me, then he was unable to control himself. Walidad, will bad fortune never end? Please do not stop for a minute. Keep for yourself two of each animal and take the rest to the queen of Khaistan. So again Walida said, will bad fortune never end, कि मेरी ये बुरी किस्मत जो है अब क्रिएट होगी है ये कभी ख़त्म नहीं होगी क्या. So he said कि again इसमें से 2 रख लो, बाकी क्वीन को दे आओ. अगेन बेचारा मर्चेंट फिर से डिस्ट्रेस्ड, हाउ कैन आई गो टू हर अगेन. मर्चेंट आस्क्ड फ्रॉम हिम कि मैं दोबारा से उसके पास कैसे जाऊँ. So but Walidad pleaded so hard, the merchant consented to go just once more. So Walidad ने उसकी बहुत सारी रिक्वेस्ट की. Pleaded means to say he requested. So merchant consented, he agreed, yes I will go for one last time. This time the queen was stunned by the magnificence of Walidad's gift. She turned again to her prime minister. Clearly the man wishes to marry you. Since his gifts are so fine, perhaps you should meet him. So now she again asked advice from his minister कि why this person is sending me so much gifts. So minister said he maybe wants to marry you, so you should meet him once. So queen ordered the great caravan made ready, the countless horses, camels and elephant with the trembling merchant as guide. She and her court set out to visit great Walidad. So means now queen ordered a great caravan. Caravan means to say a covered vehicle that is pulled by a horse and used for living in. So she ordered for that with countless horses, number of horses, with along with that camels, elephants, and with the trembling merchant as guide. So उसी merchant को as a guide लेके she and her court set out to visit great Walidad. So वो सभी निकल पड़े great Walidad को मिलने के लिए. On the 3rd day, the caravan made camp, and the queen sent the merchant ahead to tell Walidad of her coming. When Walidad heard the merchant's news, his head sank to his hands. So after that means on 3rd day the caravan made a camp, means रास्ते में वो कहीं पे रुक गए, and the queen sent the merchant ahead. मर्चेंट को आगे भेज दिया उसने कि वलीदाद को बता के आओ कि हम आ रहे हैं. एंड आफ्टर लिसनिंग दिस वलीदाद हेड वॉज सैंक इन टू हिज हैंड्स, मीन्स उसको समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि वो क्या करे. Walidad mournfully means to say sadly, oh no, now I will be paid for all my foolishness. I have brought shame on myself, on you and on the queen. What are we to do now? Again Walidad was very much upset. He said that I have brought shame for me, myself, for you and for queen also, and he is asking what are we to do. Merchant, I fear we can do anything. वो बोल रहा है कि मुझे तो लगता नहीं कि हम कुछ कर सकते हैं. And the merchant headed back to the caravan. Then the next morning Walidad rose before dawn. Rose before dawn means to say पहले ही उठ गए. Rose second form of rise, and dawn before morning, before the sun rises. So sadly, goodbye old hut, I will never see you again. So now Walidad is means he was deciding to go away from his hut. So he said goodbye to his old hut. Then the old grass cutter started down the road, but he had not gone far when he heard a voice. So he decided that I will go away from my hut. Then suddenly he heard a voice gently, where are you going, Walidad? Pari 1. So this is now Paris appear in front of him. 2 Paris were there. So one Pari number 1 said, where are you going, Walidad? He turned and saw 2 radiant ladies. Radiant means to say glowing. जो परियां होती हैं वे ग्लो करती हैं. So they were glowing ladies. He knew at once they were paris from the paradise. So उसको पता चल गया ये तो कोई परीज आई हैं paradise से. Paradise means to say heaven or स्वर्ग. Niels सो वो अपने घुटनों पे बैठ गया. आई एम अ स्टूपिड मैन, लेट मी गो माई वे, आई कैन नॉट फेस माई शेम. सो ही सेड आई एम अ स्टूपिड मैन, प्लीज़ मुझे जाने दो. देन Paritu, नो शेम कैन कम टू अ मैन लाइक यू. सो Paritu said, you are a very good person, why are you feeling shame? No shame can come to you or man like you, though your clothes are poor, in your heart you are a king. So she said that no doubt you look poor from your cloth, but you are very golden heart person, your heart is very good. So the pari touched him on the shoulder. To his amusement, he saw his rags turn into fine cloth. A jeweled turban sat on his head. The rusty sickle at his waist was now a gleaming scimitar. So turban means to say जो पगड़ी होती है, the cloth that is worn around the head. Sickle means to say a curved tool used for cutting grass etc. वैसे तो उस चीज़ के लिए होती है, बट हेयर उसके जैसे किंग्स के पास स्वॉर्ड होती है वैसे उसके मतलब ड्रेस के साथ आ गई. एंड स्कीमेटर अ शॉर्ट कर्व्ड स्वॉर्ड. सो ये सब चीज़ें उसके पास आ गई. एंड हिज क्लोथ्स टर्न्ड इनटू द रॉयल क्लोथ्स. जो उसके रैक्स थे, रैक्स मीन्स टू से फटे पुराने कपड़े थे, वो चेंज होके एक किंग की अपीयरेंस में वो टर्न चेंज हो गया. रिटर्न वलीदात, ऑल इज़ एज इट शुड बी. सो परी सेड कि गो बैक टू योर होम, अब तुम गरीब नहीं लगोगे उस क्वीन के सामने, जैसे होना चाहिए था वैसे हो गया है. So Walidad looked behind him where his hut had stood, a splendid palace sparkled in the rising sun. So when he looked back, when he saw that at the place of his hut there was a lavish or a big palace was there. So इन शॉक ही टर्न टू द परीज बट दे वैनिश नाउ. वैनिश्ड मीन्स टू से डिसअपियर, वो वहाँ से गायब होगी जब उसने परीज को दोबारा देखा. वलीदाद हरिड बैक अलॉन्ग द रोड. एज ही एंटर्ड द पैलेस द गार्ड्स गेव अ सल्यूट. सर्वेंट्स बोड टू हिम, देन रश्ड हियर एंड देयर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर द विजिटर. सो जैसे ही वलीदाद ने एंटर किया, ही सॉ दैट द पैलेस इज़ वेरी बिग. गार्ड्स वर देयर टू सल्यूट हिम. सर्वेंट्स बोड टू हिम, बोड मीन्स टू से झुक के सलाम करना. देन रश्ड हियर एंड देयर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर द विजिटर. एंड ऑल द सर्वेंट्स वर going here and there, moving here and there to prepare for the visitors that are coming to their palace. That means that queen of Khaistan. Then Walidat wandered through the countless rooms, gaping at riches beyond his imagination. Wandered means to say यहाँ वहाँ घूमना. So he countless rooms because that palace was very big. So he was wandering here and there in the palace. Gaping means to say किसी चीज़ को आंखें फाड़ के मुंह फाड़ के देखते रह जाना. So gaping at riches beyond his imagination और imagining कि वो जितना सोच भी नहीं सकता था उससे बहुत बड़ी चीज़ें उसके पैलेस में थी. Suddenly, three servants ran up. A caravan from the east. No, a caravan from the west. No, caravan from both east and west. Now see, means now servants came to him. One is saying that caravan is coming from east side. Another one said that caravan is coming from west side. And then third servant come and he said that caravan is coming from both east and west side. The bewildered Walidat rushed outside to see two caravan halt before the palace. Bewildered means to say confused. Bewildered means to say confused. So he was very much confused. Coming from the east was a queen in a jewel litter. Litter here means to say a kind of chair that was used in the past for carrying important people. So one side queen was coming from the west side was a king on a fine horse. Walidad hurried to the queen. My dear Walidad, we meet at last. But who is that magnificent king? Magnificent means to say extremely attractive and impressive. So she asked कि मैं तो आपसे बाद में मिल लूँगी, पहले वो बताओ वो king कौन है. Walidat, I believe it is a king of Nekabad, your majesty. Please excuse me for a moment. He rushed over to the king. My dear Walidat, I had to meet the giver of such fine gifts. Looks at the queen, but who is that splendid queen? Now king भी बोल रहा है कि मैं तो आपके जो गिफ्ट्स भेजे थे उसकी वजह से आपके पास आया हूँ, but who is that queen? Walida smiling. The queen of Khaistan, your majesty, please come and meet her. And so the king of Nekabad met the queen of Khaistan and the two fell instantly in love. A few days later their marriage took place in the palace of Walidad and the celebration went on for many days. At last Walidad had said goodbye to all his guests. The very next morning he rose before dawn, crept quietly from the palace and started down the road. But he had not gone far when he heard a voice again. Where are you going, Walidat? He turned and again saw the two paris. So did I not tell you I am stupid old man? I should be glad for what I have received. बट सो नाउ अगेन वलीदा दे सेइंग दैट कि मैंने तो आपको बताया था कि मैं स्टूपिड ओल्ड मैन हूँ और मुझे जाने दो. से नो मोर, यू शेल हैव योर हार्ट्स डिज़ायर. एंड शी टच्ड हिम अगेन. सो परी टच्ड हिम अगेन. सो वलीदा बिकम once more a grass cutter, living happily in his hut for the rest of his days. So see, Walidat was a person, a very down to earth person who wants to live a simple life, and because of his gift, he was, you can say, got into trouble of these kind of things. But later on, he again become simple Walidat, a grass cutter, and lived his life happily. So this is all about your chapter, students, and I hope you enjoyed this chapter. So let us see. So now you have to, you can say, at the end there are two lines which I have left to see. And though he often thought warmly of his friends, the king and queen, he was careful never to send them another gift. So now both the king queen were his friends, but now he didn't dare to send them gift again, because उसको पता था फिर से वो वापस इतने बड़े बड़े गिफ्ट भेजने लग जाएंगे. So this is all about your chapter, a very nice story. So see students, now the exercise of this chapter is also very easy. Firstly, all the statements below are different characters of the play are true. So give evidence from the play to support these statements. Use your own words. One is done for you. For example, Walidat was a practical man and did not believe in wasting money. So what is the evidence? Evidence means to say proof of this thing. So this line is about Walidat ke he was a very simple man and don't want to waste money. So iska proof kya hai? Because he lived a simple life, did not spend more than he needed, and saved the remaining money from it. It is clear that he do not believe in the wastage of money. So similarly, the rest of the sentences are given, and you have to give the evidence in support of that statement, a proof in support of that statement. I hope it is clear to you. So then vocabulary section. So adjectives are there, 4-5 words of adjectives are there, and you have to choose odd one out. For example, first is warm, hot, red hot, blistering, and sleek. Sleek is opposite. Sleek means to say something which is very slim, and warm, hot, red hot, blistering, ये चीज़ें हैं जो सबसे मतलब गर्म किसी चीज़ को हम बोलना है तो उसके लिए हम यूज़ करते हैं. Then famous, ancient, popular, well liked, celebrated. So famous, popular, well liked, celebrated, all these words are same. Ancient is something which is related to old things, so this is your ancient word is here, odd one here. Similarly, hard, tough, through, taxing, formidable. So out of these, if you see, through word is odd. So through word you can choose strong, powerful, robust, recent, potent. So out of these, recent is odd one, because strong, powerful, robust, and potent have same meaning, means one which is strong and powerful, and recent means something which occurred now. So in the recent past, that is called recent. So इसमें से ये odd है. So you can try rest of the sentences, rest of the words. Then in B2, what you have to do in B2, find words ending with ERY with the help of the given clues. An example from the story is done for you. For example, brightly colored clothes are called finery. I have already told you in the story. So similarly, kitchen recipes, etc. What they call cookery. And fooling people, so fooling people is called trickery. Then needlework and design is called embroidery. Ornaments are called jewelry. Clay on a wheel is called pottery. So like this, you have to give one word for the given phrases. So then comes your grammar portion, and comparison, again comparison type of something is given. See students, we have done comparative degrees in your previous chapter also. So here in this chapter we will do your superlative degree. As you know that there are 3 forms of degree: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Out of these, superlative we have done in the previous chapter, and in this chapter comparative we have done in the previous chapter, superlative we will do in this one. So what is the meaning of superlative? First of all, so we have done that comparative we use to make comparison between two things. For example, I am taller than her. So if I am comparing myself to any other person, then I can use comparative. But when I have to make a comparison between, you can say, among, not between one person and rest of other persons, then we have to use superlative forms of the degrees. For example, if we see, she is the most intelligent girl in her class, it means I am comparing her to the rest of the class, or to the rest of the students. So we have to use most intelligent word, not more intelligent, because more we use comparative, we use in case of comparing only two. And if we have to make comparison between one and rest of others, then we have to use superlative. So for example, now they have told you that how you can make superlative forms from positive form. So simply by adding est. For example, tall, tallest, odd, oddest, new, newest. And in some words, as we have done in earlier chapter also, okay, we have to double the last letter. So big, bigger, biggest. So g double, fat, fatter, fattest, hot, hotter, hottest. Then if the word is already ending with the word e, then you can simply add the word st only. So nice, nicer, nicest. And cute, cutest, fine, finest, like this. Then if a word is ending with y, then you have to drop the y, and instead of y you have to use the word I. Then ist. For example, dry, driest, silly, silliest, funny, funniest, like this. Then fifth is to form the superlative of long adjectives, we use the word most before those, like interesting, more interesting for comparative, and most for superlative, most interesting. Beautiful, more beautiful for comparative, and most beautiful for superlative. So like this you have to do. Then there are some, you can say, fixed superlative forms, like for good, better, best, little, less, least, much, more, most. So like this you have to remember these ones as it is, because there is no specific rule for these, you have to learn these as it is. So then C1 exercise is given for you students. So choose the correct superlative form of the following. Deep. So deep is deepest, and the option D option is right, deepest. Then crazy, craziest, which is right. So here your option B is right. You have to drop y, and instead of y you have to write I. So B option is right. Then unpleasant. So it's a big word. So we will simply say most unpleasant. We will write the word most before it. So similarly you have to do rest of the words. Then in C2 also, what you have to do, complete the sentence using the correct superlative forms of adjectives in the bracket. So already word is given, and you have to put the correct superlative form, whether you have to add iest, est, or more, most words. And one thing that you have to remember here, in case of superlative, before this superlative word you have always have to write the article the. She is the laziest cat in the town. Friday Delight is the best restaurant in Delhi. Lata is the most beautiful. So the laziest, the best, the most beautiful. So like this, you always have to write the word the before the superlative form. So then in C3 also, students, what you have to do, again the word is given in the bracket, and you have to write the superlative form of that word in the blank. So with this, your chapter is complete. You can complete your listening activity by listening the audio and then completing this exercise. So I hope you enjoyed this story. Very, you can say it's a lengthy chapter, but very easy. So thanks for listening and have a nice day.